Istongon Jokayadega. Istongon Jokayadega. For you new ones, I'm Rebecca Barnett. I'm a fluent Mvskoke Creek language speaker, and I will be the one that's teaching you. Nakjimahaya handaway, stijadi bunaga bunaga. I'm going to try to get you to start speaking. And so, what I want you to know is we're going to take this slow, like we always have. And I want you, the new ones, to know that there's no stupid questions. And don't be afraid to make a mistake. There is no stupid questions. If you have a question, if I can answer it, I will, which is kind of hard sometimes because this is a Mvskoke language and trying to explain it in English is kind of hard, but I'll do the best I can. And also, don't be afraid to make a mistake. Don't be afraid to make a mistake because we are, and even I make mistakes in spelling and I make mistakes in different things. So just hang in there and we'll go. Okay. Istungon jokayadega. That means, did you make it through the night okay? Because our Mvskoke language, we don't have good morning. We don't have good morning. So we say, Istungon jokayadega. Did you make it through the night okay? That's how we say it. Istungon jokayadega. All right. And this is going to be, this is for students that was here before because we moved along, but now Thursday and Friday we're going to have beginners. I'll be starting with beginners because what I want you to learn is the sounds because our language is sounds. They're sounds. And you will find that out as we go along with these beginner classes. But I'll go through sounds and everything and break them up and do whatever we can do to help you learn this. Oh, I know. Let's go to the next one. As you know, you students, magas is say it. When I tell, and this is two-way, guys. This is two-way. You can say magas to me, and I can say magas to you. And then hadam magas, say it again. You can say it to me, and I can say it to you. I say hadam magas, and you can tell me that. Hadam magas. Jibohaks. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Jibohaks. That means I can say it to you, you can say it to me. So guys, you can use this on, this is a two-way thing now. You can use it on me and I can use it on you. I don't understand. Jingithaks. Jingithaks. That is saying like, I don't understand you. I don't understand you. And I can say it to you and you can say it to me. And sometimes as a speaker, I speak fast. I speak fast. So if you tell me, slow down, I will. Okay. Because for one thing, for all you new students, and I know the students before, I told them, this language is important. I have a passion about our language because I do speak, and we're losing language people. We're losing speakers more than we're losing them faster than we can create them. So this language being a very passionate thing for me, I looked at it as, this language came from our homelands, Alabama and Georgia, traveled a hard trail, and I take care of it. It's an honor for me to know how to speak. It's a privilege. So I think about all the hard travel that this language has had. So I really take care of it, and I really love the language. So, and I'm trying to share it with you so that you can speak it and that we can all learn together. And I'll be learning with you because believe me, I am a speaker, but I'm not a master at it, okay? I am not a master, so don't be intimidated. And don't give up. Because if our people gave up on that trail, the language wouldn't be standing here today. It's here, and I wouldn't be speaking it. So don't give up. Just ask questions. Okay, for the students before, remember, We were studying verb tenses because we are a verb prominent language. Okay, anything we do that's got a verb in it. So verb tenses, first person. I am looking at a rainbow. Okay, rainbow is uski indaja. Uski indaja. And this is descriptive. Uski indaja means, uski is rain, indaja means it cuts it off. So you see every time that it rains and it quits, you'll see the rainbow. Uski indaja. Okay, first person now. You're talking about yourself. You're talking about yourself. I am looking at a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijas. You are looking at a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijitskis. He or she is looking at a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijis. Uski indaja, hijis. Okay. Here we go to plural now. We are looking at a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijis. Okay. See these two spellings, they're the same, but it's the enunciation, how you pronounce it. Uski indaja, hijis. That short E, he or she is looking at a rainbow. But here we're using the long E. And remember I told you before, the tone and the sound changes the meaning of the word. We are looking at a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijis. Hear it? Hijis and hijis. Okay? So they are long and short here. You all, and that's like a lot of people are looking at a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijatskis. Hijatskis. They are looking at a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijagis. Past. This is past now. Past. And remember now, all these are infinitive verbs, and then you just change the ending to it, okay? I saw a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijayans. Y'all, you saw a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijitskans. He or she saw a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijaks. Hijagans. Supposed to be hijagans. Plural. Oh, here it is. Hijaks. He or she. Hijaks. Uski indaja, hijaks. Okay. Plural. We saw a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijians. You all. Everybody saw a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijagats. They saw a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijagats. Hijitskats. Oh, you saw a rainbow. Uski indaja. Sorry about that. You all saw a rainbow. Hijagats. Hijats. Hijatskats. And then uski indaja, hijats. Okay, I will look for a rainbow. Now look here. There's a verb here, and I changed it on y'all, didn't I? This is where I said I was looking for a rainbow for you guys. I will look for a rainbow. I will. This is future now. See how this is written? I will. Uski indaja, hoboyatis. The this makes it future. Okay? You will see a rainbow. When I find it, you will see it. Uski indaja, hijatskatis. They will see a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijagatis. Okay. I can make this into a conversation. I can say, Uski indaja, hubuyatis. Moment. Uski indaja, hijatskatis. Hijitskatis. Uski indaja, hijitskatis. Hubuyatis. Uski indaja. Moment. Uski indaja, hijitskatis. I'm saying when I will look for the rainbow, and you will see a rainbow. And you will see a rainbow, okay? Uski indaja, hubuyatis. Moment. Uski indaja, hijagatis. I will look for a rainbow and they will see a rainbow. When I find it, they will see a rainbow. Does that make sense to everybody, guys? Does that make sense? See, even when somebody calls you, first thing they're going to ask is, what are you doing? And of course, you can say, I'm sitting, which that's a verb. I'm talking, that's a verb. I'm watching kids. I'm watching my grandkids. That's a verb. I'm cooking. That's a verb. All this is verbs. So we are pretty verb prominent. And like I said, guys, look in your dictionary, you will see a lot of infinitive verbs. And it's just changing the ending and then going on from there. Okay. A lot of them said, when we going to start doing sentences? We're going to do sentences, okay? But this is where I am doing present. Me just look at many things I could do with this. I am looking at a black horse. Takulasti, he just. I could say I'm looking at a running horse. Takulasti likan, he just. Takulasti. Tashkan, he just. I'm looking at a black horse that's jumping. Takulasti. Humbin, he just. I see a black horse eating. Okay. I'm looking at a yellow cat. Orzelani, he jazz. Remember, when you got jazz at the end, you're doing it. The AC at the end means you are doing something. Okay? Orzelani, he jazz. I'm looking at a yellow cat. Orzelasti, he jazz. Orzelani dashkan, he jazz. I'm looking at a yellow cat jumping. Borzilasti Akobanen, he just. I am looking at a black cat playing. See? I am looking at a blue house. Jogo hulati, he just. Jogo hulati, he tosin, he just. I'm looking at a pretty blue house. See how this is going to be added, okay? You add things to it to make what you're doing. You can do anything. Jogo jadi. He just, I'm looking at a pretty red house. Remember your tones now. If I say Jogo holati, he just, I'm looking at a pretty house, pretty blue house. But if you change the tone, that's saying, I am looking at a pretty or even a beautiful blue house. Okay, see how the tones went? I can say I'm looking at a pretty blue house, but I can say I'm looking at a beautiful blue house. The tone changes that. Okay, the tone. That's all you need is the tone. I'm looking inside the store. Niska jogo ofan hijes. Niska jogo ofan hijes. I did do past mijayanks. Mijayanks. Okay. I bought a dress. Honna nizayanks. Honna nizayanks. I bought food, hombida nizayans, and I got situation here. The situation, hombida means food. It means eating, food. You can change this, but hombida is where can mean groceries. Okay, it can mean groceries. You bought groceries. Okay, so hombida nisayans means I bought food, but you're saying I bought groceries. Or hombida nishidan. Nishidan ayayanks. I went to go buy food. So that means either way, but situation can mean that you can say you can make it to where you went and bought groceries, or you went to McDonald's and got some food. So see, situation and environment has a lot to do with this, okay? Okay, is everybody understanding this? If you're not, let's not get lost. Remember, I do not want you to get lost, okay? Okay, some things, when we go to this, future tense, me jatis, I will do. I will do something. Me jatis, I will do it. Me jatis. Okay, I watched the ball being kicked. We don't have a word for football, so I'm saying, I'm going to watch what is being kicked. It could be soccer, but that's where situation comes in. If you say dahogan, you can say it can mean football or soccer. So it depends on the situation and environment again. I will go to Tulsa. Dosi ayatis. Dosi ayatis. See, some of it's Creeklish, and what I say Creeklish is like Tulsa ayatis. I will go to Tulsa. But Dosi, they call it Dosi. Because they couldn't say Tulsa. Now remember, guys, this is the thing. Our ancestors didn't know how to speak English. And they had to say it the way they could. And that's like my grandma. She never spoke one word of English. She never spoke one word of English. So in order to communicate, she would speak to our family. That's all she spoke in. She didn't know how to speak English. And you know, I think back about it, and I think, I bet she had a hard time in this world. She would even have a rougher time. What is this, Julie? Having a technical difficulty. Just a second.
I don't even sign in anymore.
Can y'all hear me, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Oh, I know, but oh. Okay, so see what I was saying was my grandmother didn't know how to speak English. So back then, though, there was a lot of speakers when I was growing up. When I was in high school, there was a lot of students that knew how to speak, so we would speak to each other. But I don't know how she would have survived now. I bet she would have had a hard time, because I know she had a hard time back then, but we were the translators for her. I was little, but we'd go to in the grocery store, and I would be her translator. I was probably 4 or 5 years old, and I would be her translator. If she wanted to say something to the store people, the clerks and stuff, I would be the one that translated for her. And so somebody had to be with her all the time. So, but we made time for her. But you know what? I didn't know she didn't know how to speak English. I was little, and that was her language she was speaking. That was my language she was speaking. So it wasn't nothing to me. But now, as I've gotten older and everything, it seems like, oh my gosh, it didn't bother me that she didn't speak English. But I do know now that she had to have a hard time. She would have had a hard time even now. Okay. This is Jordan. Okay, guys. We present tense. Meejis, we. This is we. Meejis. Meejis means we. Okay. This is present tense. We are looking at a black horse. Fakolasti hijis. We are looking at a pretty black horse. Fakolasti hitosin hijis. Remember now, this is present we. You're talking about, because usually you're with somebody. A lot of times you're by yourself, but a lot of times you're with somebody. Okay. I'm always with my grandchildren. Okay. Sometimes I'm with one, and sometimes I'm with two, and sometimes I'm with all 8 of them. Okay. I have 8 grandkids. We are looking at a pretty black horse. Takolasti, takin. Oh, hitosin hijis. We can say, remember, tone makes a difference here now. We are looking at a pretty black horse. We can say takolasti, hitosin hijis. We're looking at a pretty black horse. But what if you want to say we are looking at a beautiful, just beyond black horse? Takolasti hitosin hijis. See how that tone? That changes the tone. Okay, the tone changes, makes that even different. Any questions so far, guys? Any questions? If you have a question, I'm going to stop right here. If you have a question, let me know.
Mahaya Aboga OJs.
Oh, I know.
This is Odette. Okay, so you're reading the sentences, but you don't have to say mijis. It's understood. Is that the case?
Okay. We are doing something means miji. Okay. We are doing something. See, we're doing something on this right here. Okay. We are doing anything on here, aren't we? We're looking. We can be cooking. We can.
Right.
Yeah. It means we're doing something. Okay.
That's not what I understand. Because I ain't still physically trying to work.
And so we don't have to say mijis.
No.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Yep. You can say nosejis where you're cooking. Yagabis where you're walking. Daskis we are jumping. You can say anything that's got the infinitive verb.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even have PGs here. You can say Akobanis we are playing. And then that playing, Akobanida, is an infinitive verb, okay? It's Akobanida. Remember, it's got the ETA at the end. Akobanida. Okay. So that Akobanida, you can do it, she can do it, and you can make that past, present, future, but by adding, okay? But if we need to go back to that, kind of go over it, we can. Do y'all want to go back to infinitive and kind of come forward again since it's been a week off? Because sometimes, you know, we need to kind of go back. We need to review sometimes.
It works for me.
Like it. I'm new, so I would like it.
You would like it?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go back. We'll go back to that. And I guess y'all see the new class schedule, right? Because we have so many that came in. Just today, we have 83 participants. That makes me happy, okay? That makes me happy. But if you have a question, ask. So we'll kind of go back to infinitive, and we'll jump to we'll jump back to this, and you will see that how these things change, okay? We'll just go back to infinitive verbs, and we'll come back to this. And that's not all the infinitive verbs that I got listed. That's just a few, okay? A few. So we'll go back.
Mahaya.
Ma'am.
Mahaya.
Uh-huh.
Terry Andogas. Say I want to go Dokle Holati. Hayes. Like I want to make blue bread.
You're gonna make it? You're gonna make it? Or
yes.
Where you're gonna make it. So
I'm gonna make
it. Because you're going in, you're going into the future. You're going into the future. So see, We will do. Me jatis. That's we. But when you're saying you're going to do it, you say me jatis. That's
Me
future.
jatis.
It goes back to this right here, I believe. Let me see. This is past. See right here? He just, okay. So you'll say Dalek Kulati Hayatis.
Hayatis. Hayatis.
See? Uskin Daja Ubuyatis. I will look for a rainbow. So you're going to use feast at the end because you're going to make blue bread, maybe not today, but maybe next week or even tomorrow. So you will say Dalek Kulati Hayatis. And that is the infinitive verb to make hayida. Okay? Hayida. So you're going to do it in the future. So you would say hayatis.
Hayatis.
You can say baksi tomorrow, tomorrow's future, and next week or next month. Hashi hamgin. Dalek kulati hayatis. In another month, I will make blue bread. See, this is future hayatis, but this is just okay. Hayatis is the hayida. It's the infinitive to hayida. Hayida is the infinitive, and then you just change the ending. Okay, but we're gonna go back to that, Terry, a little bit, and then jump over here. Okay. All right. Any other questions? You have any more? Okay. Any more questions? Okay. Do y'all know what? We don't have good morning. So what are we trying to say here when we say istungon jokayadega?
I see you made it through the night.
Yep. Make it through the night. That's good. All right. So see these, some words, and I will do just. Some days we won't go into this. I'll just do like fun days sometimes with you. Like we'll do descriptive words. I'll tell you descriptive words, okay? Sometimes they'll get monotonous. So some days we'll have just a fun day, like maybe descriptive words, and maybe just something like different words, expression words. We will do some of those too, but right now it's verbs right now because we are verb prominent, and that's one way of learning to get this done. And I'm going to put papers up, like not just uski and daja, but different things like to use infinitive. Like we'll use I'll put plate, balagna. You can do all kinds of things with balagna. You can wash it, break it, throw it. And that's, see, eat on it. We're going to do that. We're going to have different ways of doing things like that. Is that going to be good with y'all guys? All right. So you can do anything with an infinitive verb, but you're doing it. So we are verb prominent. You can even look at it like, balagna, hijas. Balagna, hijas. I'm looking at a pretty plate, but also you can say balagna hijas. See how tone has something to do with this. Okay, is everybody kind of understanding where we're at here and what I'm doing? Okay. All right, that's good because we need to, if verbs is one thing, but I'd like for y'all to go through your dictionary. And I don't know, time consuming. It's time consuming, but there were times especially in bed, I would lay in my bed after everything was done because I took care of my family. I would just go through my dictionary. I'd lay there and look at words that maybe I had never heard being used or never heard it before, because there are words that I have never heard. There were some words that I had never heard being used. There were some words I probably was used, but I wasn't listening. And I would do that and then I would go through there and say, okay, this is an infinitive verb. I would go through there and just look at them. And to be honest with you, I couldn't count until I started teaching because I would stop at 5. I go, Hami Hokola Gutsinen Austin Jakiba. And then I turn around and I lost it right there. I couldn't go any further than that. And I don't know why it was something, some people, I don't know, just couldn't remember it until I practiced it, practice. And now I can count to 10. I can count. But thing about it is, this is what I'm saying. I'm a fluent speaker, but I could only count to 5. So don't be afraid to try this. It's not something, I'm a fluent speaker, I think, no master. But for me not to be able to count past 5 was that I just couldn't do it. And there's some words I have a hard time pronouncing. And then somebody asked me something real quick, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is it? I'll lose it. So guys, don't worry about it. Just go with the flow, and let's see what we can get done. And I'll guarantee you. Okay, what is rainbow? Somebody?
Water.
Rainbow? Oski and Daja. Yeah, Oski and Daja. And that's descriptive. Oski means rain, and Indaja means it cuts it off. It cuts off the rain. Okay? Oski Indaja. It says it cuts off the rain, but have you seen the rain? And I'll tell you little things like that. If you see a rainbow after it rains, that's when you see a rainbow, because it cuts the rain off. Okay? It cut the rain off. And I'll be telling y'all little things like nature. We are part of nature. And when the clouds are really, I don't know if y'all ever seen it. If you look sometimes, and I haven't seen it in a while, but when I was growing up, I seen it a lot. The clouds look like a field that's been plowed. It looked like a field that's been plowed. And I would say, and my grandma would say, Jufit Jabayi Dukji. Jufit Jabayi Dukji. She would say the rabbit plowed his field. And I grew up like that. I grew up with little things, But of course, we stayed outside most of the time. And if my grandma went to the garden, I went with her. If she was outside doing something, I was there. And she would tell me little things like that. And I don't know if our younger people know that. But if you could share that, if you see clouds like that, it looked like I don't know if anybody's ever seen it, but when you look at the clouds, it'll look like it's been plowed. It looks like a plowed field. That's when she would tell me a rabbit plowed his field. But she didn't tell me in English. She told me in Cree. And, of course, we didn't have computers, cell phones. And we could be just sitting on a porch on a hot day. And she would share some of those things with me, share little things. And that's, I'm really glad that I had that few years, with my grandmother. Few years, because I think I was 13 when she passed, but I still remember these things. And I had that time with my mother, and she told me things too. So guys, pass it down. Take it to heart, because these little things are something that's going away from us too. They're leaving us because no one knows them, and it's and everybody's got their own those stories and different families. So just hang on to it. Okay. Good morning. Istongon Jokhayadega. Istongon Jokhayadega. 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 Istongon. Remember, Istongon means did you fine or no problems? Did you make it through the night with no problems? Did you make it okay? Was everything kind of fine through the night? And we're not, we didn't have good morning. And I don't know why we don't have excuse me. And maybe we didn't need those because we were very respectful people to each other. And that still goes on now because, you can fuss and fight and everything, but boy, if something happened in a family, they all pull together. Yeah, they'll be still fussing, and then the feud will start right back over after everything's over with, probably. But that fixed a lot of things. So that's one thing that I've learned being around the Mvskoke people. I grew up around them at the grounds, at the church. I grew up around them. I didn't really have. I wasn't around. Let's put it this way, and it probably was wrong, but we were among our people. Even in school. They had a group over here, group over here, group over here. Well, I was in the group over here. There was a bunch of us at that time in school, so we had that our own little clique, and they all hung around together. Even the boys and the girls, we was there. We was all hanging around together. And so, and then of course I hung around at the grounds, and then I went to the churches. I was in, we never kind of went I never went out of that circle which that was my comfort zone, I guess. Now that's what they would call it, but back then it was being with my people. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, we're going to go back to this. Hadam magas. Hadam magas. And hadam means again or more, okay? It depends on situation and environment again. Like I asked my grandbaby, hadam jiada, you want more? Hadam jiada. And even milk. If my little grandson, he's a milk drinker, so I'll say, hadam jiada. And I'll say, wagabishi hadam jiada. You want milk again? Well, actually, that's what it could translate to. You want milk again? Or hadam jiada, you want more? You want it again? See, that's where that hadam comes in. And that's what I use on my grandkids a lot, is hadam jiada. Hadam humbas. Hadam mijas. Hadam mijas means do it again. Okay? Hadam mijas. So that's what hadam means. Okay, it means situate. That's where situation environment comes in. Any questions? I can't hear you. She buhaks. She is not you, third person, second person. Okay. Ja is me. Ji is you. Okay. Ja, ji. So if I'm talking to you, this ji means chibohas. You're talking to another person. Ja is you, like I'm hungry. Jalawis. If I say you're hungry, chilawis. See, that's second person. That's how come I got chibohas. I can't hear you. You're talking to me. Okay. Terry, if you say I can't hear you, you would say chibohas. Chibohas means you. Okay. Okay, guys, are y'all understanding this? Because remember, I don't want anybody lost. Y'all come in and let me know. Is this getting, y'all guys? Jinda, Jordan, are you understanding? How about you, Odette? Jinda, Amanda? How about you, and Jeanette?
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Anna? Annie? Amber?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm getting it.
Okay, are you getting it? Okay. So, all right, everybody, let's get this. If y'all have questions now. April, are you getting this? Okay. Everybody else, I want y'all, because I do not want to leave y'all behind, okay? We're not going to get lost. If we start getting lost, we're going to go back and do this, okay? So magas is say it. Hadam magas, say it again. You can use that on me, guys. This is two ways. Ada magas. Jibuhas. I can't hear you.
Oh.
You can even use this somewhere else. You know, you can use this somewhere else. Ada magas. Ada magas. Jibuhas. So here we go. Jingitas. I don't understand. My grandma used to use that on me all the time. If we were speaking English, she'd say, Jingitas. Not mark, don't chat. Jingitas. I don't know what you're saying. She'd take that. Jingitas. I don't understand what you're saying. And I would say, a lot of times she'd be speaking to us in English and I'd say, okay. She didn't want to hear okay. She wanted to hear oano or inga. And I'd say, okay. She goes, Jingitas. And we had to speak, you know. I say, oh, I know. Okay, I'll do it. Or, okay, you know, that meant the same thing. So, and she would say, Jingitas. So this is, you know, chibuhaks. And that was another one they used, chibuhaks. If we spoke English to her, and I tried, and, you know, of course she didn't, but she'd tell me, chibuhaks. Chibuhaks. I can't hear you. Because she refused to hear it, you know. And that right now is what I use with my grandkids today. I say chibuhas. And I have some that they don't know some things in English that they only know in the Mvskoke language. So most of the time when they ask me for something, it's in Mvskoke. You know, they'll say salt, pepper, tea, and they don't know it in English. So, you know, and we're learning from that. That if you repetitive, if you keep saying it in the Mvskoke language, they'll learn. Any questions again? Because remember, I don't want you lost. So we're going to go back to infinitive verbs and then come and jump to verb tenses like we did. We're not going to go back over it like we did before, but we are going to go to infinitive verbs. And remember, your infinitive verbs is to play, to run, to jump. Then you change the ida, at the end to whatever it's going to do, okay, to AC, and then you can make that because we are verb prominent language, okay? So, any questions? Like this one, see this? Hijida is to see or to look. That's an infinitive verb, but in order to use this, you're saying, I am looking at a rainbow. This is singular present. I am looking at a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijes. But the infinitive verb of hijes is hijida. You just have to change the iti to AC to make it, you're doing something because we are verb prominent. You are looking at a rainbow. Uski indaja, hijitskis. You are looking. He or she is looking at a rainbow. Uski indaja, he just, remember, this is two spellings that's the same, but one is short. This is short sound. This is long sound. This is plural. We are looking at a rainbow. Uski indaja, he just, hear that long sound? And he just, so this is where tones come in, guys. And these sounds is what I'm going to do. These sounds is what teaches you tones, okay? Because, guys, I've heard some people say Fujo. That's not a Creek word, guys. That's not a Mvskoke way. It's Fujo. Fujo. Not Fujo. Fujo. And not Jito. Jito. And remember, when you have two consonants together, G-E-T-T, Jito. G-E-T-T-O. It's D. Jit. Jit. You got to say both of them. And remember, this language has a lot to do with mouth placement, tongue placement. And the beginners, if y'all want to join beginners again, we're going back over that Thursday and Friday. We'll be doing sound. But time's up. When I start talking language, man, I can go everywhere with it. I know, Mado, guys. I respect y'all.
Mado.
Mado. Mado.
Maya.
Mado,
Alam
Maya.
Jihijalis.
I know. Mado.
Oh.
Hello.